Welcome to 5 Minutes with gray-haired Dave. He has gray hair, has a gray beard, and wears glasses like the guy in the artwork. Oh, and the guy in the artwork's better looking. Now here is gray-haired Dave.
So, folks, what did you think of 11 Labs today? I like them. I think what they're doing over there is fantastic. You should go check them out at 11labs.io. They're doing great things over there, and you should know what they are. Especially if you're into anything creative, like, let's just say podcasting. Go look them up. I have an affiliate link there, so if you sign up under my name, which is easy to do, you just follow the link in the show notes. I get a little bit out of it. And you all know that I could use a little bit of help every time I can. I mean, can't we all? So, how are we doing, folks? Been a few days since I talked with you. I didn't have much to say earlier in the week, but it's time now to come back and get things off my chest. The weather's been better here in Florida, Central Florida. And around the country, I mean, it's cooled a little bit. We're just getting into the 90s this week. Low 90s, high 80s, which is a nice change from the mid to high 90s. Yeah, you don't think about it till it's there. And it's still getting the afternoon rains. But that's what happens. I don't want to complain about work too much, but I didn't work this week yet. Don't think I'll work tomorrow. This is what happens. You go to the doctor on Monday, and they don't schedule you the week because they know you've got restrictions that have ended. So they don't know what they're going to do with you yet. Are you coming back or are you not coming back? So the scheduler didn't schedule me. I understand that. I actually do. It's hard to put a placeholder in there for going back. So you're taking a cast member out of rotation who's a trainer, putting him on my shift with me, and if I have restrictions that don't allow me to go back to that department, well, now you've moved all these people around for nothing. And you got to go back, you got to fix it, you got to call people. Well, that's all understandable, and I understand exactly why he did it, and I have no qualms with my scheduler. But he didn't schedule me for next week yet because he didn't know what was going on. And the process has, for some reason, taken longer. My doctor sends out the notes that day. This week it took 2 days for Disney to get it, acknowledge it, and then set the course in motion for what I'm going to be doing. Now, she has upped my restrictions to where I can walk a little more, stand a little more. But she goes, "You're just not quite ready for prime time." My words, not hers. But, I trust her, and she says this is a process. So now it's the process for me of getting back in touch with people again, saying, hey, this is what's going on. Please look into this so that I can get back to work. I can't afford to be out of work for 2 weeks. All right? I haven't started a Patreon yet, but I'm going to. And I'm not over here begging for money, folks. I don't want you to even consider the fact that that's going on. It is not. I am not begging for money. I am not destitute. Okay? I don't want you to think that. So, with that being said, we'll see what happens, right? And I'll let you know. I always do. What else is going on? Let's change the subject here. I'm going to change the subject to right here. A little drink of an adult beverage. Now that tastes good. Now, if you're wondering, what does Dave drink in his alcoholic beverages? His adult beverages. Dave drinks beer. Dave likes beer and likes the taste of the beer he likes. I mean, gray-haired Dave has taste. But some people wouldn't think so. Seriously, because I'm not a craft beer person. I've tried some, and they're okay. Now, if I went out with some people and we were going to a place that has craft beer and it's a situation where I don't want to have more than one or two, maybe three at the most, I might order a craft beer because it's going to take me longer to drink it because I'm not as fond of it. That's like me also drinking a Diet Pepsi compared to Diet Coke or Coke Zero. I'm going to drink it slower because I'm not as fond of the taste. I don't hate it, but it's not what I like. It's not my choice. So, that being said, I have a couple of choices, and there's one that I stick with, and that's just the way it is. It's the way it's going to be until I change my mind again. And I'm sure most people are that way. I mean, if you like a certain kind of coffee, you know, if you are a I go to Starbucks kind of a person as compared to just whatever's in the pot. I knew a guy back years ago, and he had a pot going all the time, pot of coffee. This guy liked his coffee, and he would dump it back into the if his coffee got cold, in this cup, he would pour it back into the pot to warm it up. Weirdest thing, but he didn't care. I just want coffee. And that's the way it is. And he got along just fine. But I'm not a fancy drinker. I don't do alcohol much. The occasional one. I don't do that. I don't go to the bars to do shots and stuff like that. I don't sit at home drinking, liquor or whiskey or scotch or whatever. That's not what I do. It's not who I am. It's also not what I prefer. Now I can sit here all night long drinking my beer, which I'm not going to drink that many. I'll have a 2 or 3 tonight. And I'm happy. I'm not driving drunk. I'm not drunk, for one. But I'm happy. I'm at home. I'm safe. And everybody around me is safe because I'm not out in a car. Okay? I'll never go to a bar and have more than 3. I'll tell you that right now. If I am, somebody else is driving because I don't want to be that guy behind the wheel. And I know you don't want to be either. I believe in drinking responsibly, just like I believe in smoking responsibly. I am not a smoker anymore. And you know the old saying, there's nothing worse than a reformed smoker or a reformed drinker. It's all against it. I'm not against it. I just want you to be smart about it. Don't do it around kids. Don't do it in a car where there's kids or even other adults. It's rude. And if there's somebody walking by you, move away a little bit if you're outside, which I never. The last time I smoked, for the last 5, 6, 7, 8 years, I would always smoke outside. Actually, longer than that, because, God, since I moved down to Florida, if I was going to smoke, I smoked outside. And that was 19 years ago. And I smoked outside because I didn't want the smell in the house. So I didn't smoke inside. Never had to worry about it. Never did either of my girlfriends at the times that I was there have to say, Dave, I really don't want you to smoke in the house, because right up front I said, I respect your home way too much. I don't smoke inside the house. I'm going to smoke outside. And if that means I'm standing outside in the rain, my problem, not yours. Just go with it. Okay? And they were both very good about it. Both would come out and talk with me or chit and chat or sit around and whatever, but no, I'm not going to smoke inside the house because then everything smells like cigarettes and even tastes like cigarettes, Not worth it to me. It's not. But I haven't had a cigarette since 2018, so I think I'm doing okay without it. All right? Enough about cigarettes. So that's what's going on today. What's happening down here? Oh, we had 2 rocket launches in the last 2 days. They were really early in the morning instead of late at night. One was Starlink. I don't remember what the other one was about. Probably Starlink. satellites, which is cool. They're putting a lot of Starlight satellites out there in the world. So, I don't know if you use Starlink. I looked into it, and it's not that expensive. It's not that cheap. But anyway, I'm happy where I'm at with Spectrum. So, I don't know what else I wanted to talk to you about today. Look, if you know somebody who doesn't know what a podcast is, doesn't know where to find it, doesn't know how to operate the system, as it were, doesn't know what genres are out there, anything, show them for me, will you please? Take the phone in your hands and show them a little bit, then help them by putting your hand in there and or their hand in there and say, here's where you want to go for this, and here's where you want to go for that. And if you want, you use me as the example. Here's how you find 5 minutes of gray hair, Dave. Listen to this guy. He never goes 5 minutes, but it's usually never more than 12 or 13. Show them how. Also, folks, if you're thinking about or know somebody who's thinking about starting a podcast, I want you to let them know about me. Have them come and listen to the show. Have them listen with you if you want. And have them get a hold of me over at either boomerpodcasters.com. You can get a hold of me through the contact page or the microphone in the bottom right-hand corner. Or you can go directly to Gray Hair Productions, which is what I do. I produce your edited video in a way you're going to like. I'm going to give you back time that it would have taken you to edit this. Most people, when they edit, especially when they're new, and this was the case with me, if I had a half an hour show that I had recorded, I recorded a half an hour. First pass is getting rid of the ums and ahs, right? All the filler words, all the dead air, all the pregnant pauses is what we call it. I come from an era where dead air is the same thing as a pregnant pause. But I get rid of all that for you. Then I go back and I start to adjust how you sound and room noise. Get rid of those noises in the back. I do those things for you so you don't have to. So if you're editing a half an hour show, maybe it takes me half hour, 45 minutes, probably 45 minutes to an hour for a half an hour show. I'm getting better and better and better, and it's quicker and quicker. It just depends on what kind of show it is and how much I have to edit. And if I've got, it also depends how many people are on your podcast. So, there's some things involved there. But do me a favor, let people know. Gray Hair Productions, that's what I do. Be glad to help anybody out. Also, folks, I guess this is the last thing I usually say. If you're out and about today or tomorrow or this weekend, do me a favor. Smile at somebody you don't know. You'll make their day. And they, in turn, will make yours. And I sincerely hope that I don't offend anybody, but go Chiefs. I am a Kansas City Chiefs fan, and you're going to have to get used to that. So go Chiefs. So until next week, folks, I'll talk to you soon. You all have a great day. Bye-bye.